What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Yes, I am positioned differently than I normally am. Long story short, I had an issue with a cord, a cable that was plugged into an outlet. You know, I have no outlets around here, so I had to use an extension cable. It was a cheap piece of shit from Walmart, and it shit out on me, as do cheap pieces themselves do. So without any more talk of that, that's the reason I'm positioned like this. I will fix that by the time I get my next video going, but I just wanted to start doing this right now. We're looking at Bitcoin, and there's a couple lines. I have one line here drawn, but this is the line that a lot of people have been holding out for like last hope, right? They're saying we haven't broken through this line yet. We probably will bounce off it. Blah blah blah. I think we broke this line actually 3 days ago, and I'll show you what I mean. If we were to take this low back here and then move this line to anchor it to this low here, we bounced off it once, and then here we broke through it. I think we broke through it a few days ago personally, and I think the people that have been lining it up this way, they're just nitpicking, you know, but whatever. Now the nitpickers are outed as wrong as well, you know, and we are at 27.8K right now. You know, finally we're getting some movement, some volume is picking up while we're going to the downside. I personally consider this to be a breakout of this overall range. I think that we've been range bound this whole like 56-day period here. This is like the midway point of the range. We're in the top upper half. This is the lower half, maybe the 2/3 to 1/3. I don't know, however you want to look at it. I would say that this is the top of this range here, right? Whereas this is kind of the bottom of this range here. Anything up above here was like a fake out. Anything down below was a fake out as well. But long story short, I think we are breaking out of this. It looks a little bit more convincing. Volume is picking up instead of declining for once. Looking at this on the RSI, we are in the oversold zone on the daily, as is most crypto. You will see this kind of stuff whenever we get into the oversold zone. Yes, that is an area that you like to find lows, is in the oversold zone. That's also when you like to see your bigger moves to the downside take place. So this might not be, and I don't think that it is, the end of this downside. If you guys have been watching the channel, if you've been watching my videos talking about Bitcoin, I have been saying for quite some time that I think that we could go anywhere from about 27.1, 27.2K, something like that, to about 26.6, 26.7, somewhere between this orange and this white line here. I did leave the option open, and maybe in my earlier times I was saying that we could find support like right around this area, right around the 0.5. But I think just with the overall move of today, I'm throwing that out the window. Yes, we're holding it as support at the moment, but I really do think this thing wants to go lower. And where's the next target? After you double tap the 236, you find rejection like this, even triple tap it to a certain degree. I would think that the 618 to the 0.69 is a likely area that you would go down to find support. That's just my opinion. Let's see here. Looking at this thing from top to bottom, where are we right now? Top to bottom, we're at about a 13% drop. That would take us to around a 15 to 16% drop, which I think is fine. I think that makes sense to me. What was, you know, this last one? From top to bottom, there's a little bit bigger, 20% drop. Here, top to bottom, we had a 22% drop actually, 22% drop. And then here, top to bottom, we had a 11% drop. I don't know, maybe that's not a good one to measure off of. I don't think that we're going to see this, because this was the bottom itself, right? This is the last move that took us. So really, if you want to look at it like this, 27% drop, 22% drop, 20% drop. We've been getting smaller drops as we've been going down. Maybe we'll see something that's just a little bit smaller, right? Like a 17% drop, maybe right below that little sweet golden zone that I've been talking about, or maybe we'll get there on the dot. We'll see though. One way or another, I don't think that this move is done. And bottoming out somewhere in here would make sense to me, because we have previous area of resistance right there, just above the 618. Previous area of support, like right there, just below, a little bit below the 6.9. So we could go below the 6.9, still be in good shape. Hey, that's right at that 26.3 mark. Yeah, we could go somewhere in there to find a low. We might not go quite that low, but somewhere in this range for sure. Not for sure, but probably. The main point, guys, is that we are oversold now. We just got oversold as of today. If the day closes red like this, you know, it doesn't need to close that red, but closing red like this will promote us, I think, further downside price action. Right now, we are seeing a move that is 2.7% to the downside on a closing basis. This move here was 3%. This move here is 3.6%. I do think that today has the potential to close bigger than either of these 2 days. And if not, we might actually see a move that's bigger than either of those 2 days in the coming, by the end of the week. It's Thursday now, right? Yeah, Thursday now. yeah, maybe by the end of this week we could see a bigger move to the downside. But all in all, I don't think we're going to take out this low. I think this low prevails. I think that there are, going back to that original kind of line idea, I think there are a lot of people right now who are probably scared. I had someone comment talking about how the bulls are still bullish and in a bullish position, and I hear that. It's always good to have people who are still bullish and still believe in things, and like they're not going to sell no matter what. That's good. You want your diamond hands, but when people are still optimistic, even as we're dropping like this, that's not necessarily a good thing. You want those hopes and dreams to be crushed. And, some of the smarter investors or traders are the people who've just been through it before. Maybe the more experienced, because you can be smart and inexperienced and still make horrible decisions, but the more experienced traders are probably not worried about this at all. In fact, I've been calling for basically ever since this line became a meme, ever since I've seen it throughout multiple social media sources, people talking about this line. If this line breaks, it's over for Bitcoin. We need to hold this line. I've been here before, man. We've all been here before. No, it doesn't. It does not need to hold this line. It can break this line, and it has. And guess what? I very much still believe that we do not go lower than this low here. I think that we are at the beginning of the end. We are going to see this final flush out, and maybe we move sideways for a little bit. Maybe we bleed down slowly, whatever. Maybe we come down, bounce up, and find some volatility, whatever, and then go up. But I think we are seeing the beginning of the end of this down move that we've been in. I don't really know if there's anything more really to say other than that. We can look at the small-term time frames, short-term time frames. I'm sorry. Let's see. Yeah, the 1 hour looks like dog piss, man. It looks really bad. You're building volume, definitely building volume as you're going down. Very bearish looking candles here. Weak RSI. You are showing this is a downtrend and a half right here, man. Even if you come up and you form a lower high, you would still be in the oversold zone. You could break out and get out of this. You'd still overall have a kind of lower high, right? You've had these squiggles, and then this was just a lower high. Squiggles, this was just a lower high. Squiggles, you could come up above them, still be a lower high. So you come all the way up to like the 40 area, and it would still be in this kind of descending trend. What I'd like to see is some bullish divergence present itself, which I guess technically we do have that, right? You got a low here and a higher low there. There's a low here and a lower low there on a closing basis, not on a wicking basis, but on a closing basis. So maybe we see a little bit of a reprieve, like a little bit, by the end of the day. Maybe we don't, though. Maybe we do continue to go down from here. Who knows? We went down to the 10 on the 1 hour. That is pretty low, man. So I don't know if this thing is going to push immediately. It might not, We've gone below the 10 before, but I don't know, man. I would say that we probably do go up a little bit in the short time. Let's see what this 15-minute looks like. Man, the 15-minute also looks pretty bad. I don't know. We could keep going down. It's hard to say, guys. Hard to say. One way or another, whether in the immediate term, the short term, whatever, if we go up and consolidate a little bit for like a few hours or like half a day or even a whole day, I do think that in the coming days, even potentially sometime into next week, we will continue to bleed down. I think this is the beginning of the end, but I don't think that it's over yet. And where we're going to go, again, is probably between about like 26.6K to 27.2K, let's just say 27.1K, something like that. I would expect that we break this line, so maybe 27.1 to 26.6, somewhere in this zone. That's what I'm expecting. And with the potential, of course, to go lower. Could this have been the low? Could we turn around from here? Absolutely, it's possible, but I don't think that's what the charts are showing right now. I mean, I don't know, man. That's a pretty weak 4-hour RSI there. Maybe we have found our low. It's possible, man. It is possible. I wonder if there's anything else that can kind of confirm that. Let's see. Let's look at this one right here from top to bottom. You bounced right off that 0.52. I don't know. It's possible. It is possible, but the 382 down here is right there. It's hard to say. My genuine opinion would be that we go lower. That's my opinion, at least as of right now. Maybe in the immediate term we come up like a few $100, even like $1,000 up. We could come back to the previous areas where we found support here, confirm it as resistance, and then go down in classic fashion. But one way or another, I'm not completely convinced yet that this down move is done. It's getting there, but I'm not convinced yet. This could be it, but I'm not convinced yet. So we'll just see. I'll keep you guys posted on this as I do, regularly. And yeah, I don't know if I have anything else that I want to throw in there. So with that, I leave you. Oh, right. Let's see. By the end of the month, if for those of you who are still here, if we are below this 50, that could spell trouble. That could really spell trouble on the monthly. That could not be a good look, actually, because anytime, and I've made a point in this before, anytime that we've been below the 50 and we came above it, we didn't go back below it. We didn't go back below it. Yes, we went back below it here, but after we had a nice run up, right? We haven't had our nice run up yet. Yes, we've been in a like steady uptrend so far, but this move compared to this move, it's nothing, right? If you got here bottom to top, that's 343%. I think we're at 100% right now, right? 106% overall. That's nothing. That's not even a third, right, of that same move. And you can see that here in the RSI. At least get up to the overbought zone before you come back down below the 50. But again, even here, whenever we did go below the 50, we went back above it, and then we didn't go below it until we had our big move up. This would be a first. If we closed the month below this 50, this would be a first. So I do think, regardless of where we go, this month will close around this price here, or likely a little bit higher, probably above 27.9K, maybe even above 28K. This month could even close green. As red as it looks right now, it's only 4.57% in the red. As red as it looks right now, this month really could close in the green, and I would expect that. We have 14 days, 5 hours left. So wherever we go down from here, I do think we're going to get some kind of a phenomenal bounce at some point before the end of the month is over. Because if not, I really do think that breaking back below this 50 could be a bad thing, man. It really might not be a good thing. And at which point, maybe the people who I've been making fun of, who are saying, we broke the line, it's going to hell now, we're all done with the bull market, maybe they'll be right. I don't know, but I don't see that being the case. I think Bitcoin likes to mess with people. You know, of course it was going to break this line. This is the area to buy, not to sell. That's my opinion right now, but that can change. That can really definitely change. You know, if we have a day that closes below about 26.3K, I would personally start to get worried. And then especially, obviously, if we get a day that closes below this close here, but man, I think at that point it'd be a little bit too late to be bearish, you know. So look for the warning signs if they're there. But, you know, especially I think a good warning sign would be like if we broke below this 618 and then we found resistance on it afterwards, that would be a warning sign, right? Before we ever go down. If we break through the 6.9 and we close below it, that could be a potential warning sign as well. But look at the smaller time frames and stuff, because it really could close below the 0.69 and still look bullish on like smaller time frames, and that could be the bottom down there. So don't get too worried about that, but really I'd say a day that closes below here about 26.3K, that would be troublesome in my opinion. So hopefully we don't see that. Hopefully we do just get through with this downside move, continue to build up afterwards. That's my genuine opinion on the matter, at least right now, but we will see. Time will tell. Yeah, if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.